During May in the food forest, it's a great time for harvesting herbs to dry for tea and for other medicinal products. So we're in the food forest of my front yard, and right now is a wonderful time for harvesting lemon balm and mint and calendula flowers. For these herbs, I tend to dry them on light heat. It's best to dry leafy plants for tea at around 85 degrees. You dry flowers at 85 degrees as well. Roots and berries tend to dry at about 135 degrees. So when we dry our herbs at the proper temperatures, this enables the constituents to be balanced and active without killing the constituents using too high temperatures. There are many ways to dry your herbs. One of the strategies I have going on right now is drying herbs in a pillowcase on the line underneath my patio cover. I also like to dry my herbs in an Excalibur food dehydrator because I can adjust the temperature, and that's an electric-powered dehydrator. Sometimes I'll dry flowers in paper bags and shake those paper bags regularly to make sure that there's airflow in the flowers. I like to use mint for tea. Mint is an activator herb. It helps all the systems in your body be able to absorb the healing qualities from the other plants. I like to cut the mint all the way to the bottom because this enables it to grow back easily. Mint is an aromatic plant, so it's said that the fragrance, the essential oils of mint discourage pests. So sometimes I leave mint as a mulch in my food forest. You may find as you cut some plants out in your food forest, if you have lush growth, that it reveals other plants. So I'm really glad I just revealed this strawberry. So maybe we'll get some fruit off it that we wouldn't have seen otherwise. Lemon balm is my most favorite herb right now as we're going through the COVID-19 situation. I find lemon balm to be really calming for my nervous system, and I love drinking lemon balm tea. Lemon balm, it's really good for soothing your nerves, especially if you feel nervous tension in your stomach and you get an upset stomach. I use this tea. Sometimes I'll make it into sugar cookies. I use it in all sorts of different ways. Sometimes I put it in pie. This one's getting a little tall, so it's best to harvest it now. So just like the mint, I'm going to cut it all the way to the ground. It's nice to harvest it before it starts sending off these side shoots, which will eventually be flowers. By cutting your herbs all the way to the ground, this encourages them to regrow from the base, and you probably can get another harvest by doing that. What a beautiful calendula patch. This is a wonderful time to pick calendula. The flowers are wide open, and I'll either dry this for tea or I might infuse it in oil to make a soothing oil for cuts and bruises. So to pick calendula, I just pluck the flower heads that are fully open and looking most vibrant. I just pluck them off and collect them in my bowl. With some flowers I pick every 3 days or so to be able to get them at their freshest. Calendula is a really good herb to use as a soothing salve on cuts and bruises. It's also nice as a tea to be able to soothe irritated mucous membranes in your throat or an ulcer or something like that. So, of course, you should always do your research on any herbs that you're using. These 3 herbs are really perfect for harvesting right now in the food forest here in Oregon. I'm going to show you how to make some sun tea with some of those herbs I mentioned. Right now in late May, sun tea can be really refreshing on a hot summer day. The herbs that I mentioned for harvesting right now are great herbs to start with making sun tea, and I make sun tea all summer long. So I've got a jar full of water here from the tap. We've got a nice filter, and I just harvested some lemon balm. I want to make some lemon balm mint sun tea. So I'm going to put in a few of these leaves. These just came out of the garden. As you make sun tea, you can get to know how strong you like it. So there's some lemon balm, and then I've got some fresh apple mint here. This is going to be really refreshing. Today's supposed to be 86 degrees, so it's going to be hot. Sometimes I take off some of the discolored leaves, lowered leaves that were getting shaded out. They're not as potent. You could even just cut them out. And so there's what it looks like. I'm in the shade right now, but we're going to put this in the sun. We're going to let it infuse for most of the day, and by the end of the day, this is going to be really refreshing. It'll be hot too, so I probably should put some ice in the freezer so that we can make sure we have it cold on this hot day. this is just a good reminder that it's a good time to get out there and do this yourself. It's nice to harvest herbs early in the morning or when there hasn't been too much sun on the plants yet. It's nice to harvest flowers when there's still dew on them in the morning.